All right. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yep. Good evening.
Why am I not? The system here just sometimes gives me trouble. Let me get this thing set up first. And it should have worked. I had all the settings right. I do not know why I'm having trouble. Lately, I've been having trouble with my settings. Everything's right, and yet things won't work. Okay, say something. Go ahead.
Something. Hey, good
There
evening.
we go. Yeah, I'm just listening or just working through the system speakers, but the system speakers are supposed to adjust to this thing. So, can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah. Doing good.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, how are you doing?
I'm all right. And still in the middle of the job search. Um, had another person contact me today for a job. So,
Okay, good. What job?
graphic design. Probably working at another print shop. I work at a print shop about 10 miles north of me. So
Okay.
this would be going the other direction.
Well, okay. Um, well, what I was going to do, I've been thinking about the Patreon thing and run this by you, um, but I need to get more people involved. And
Yeah, you mentioned it a couple times during the show today. And
yeah, I'm not really supposed to advertise it on Carm, but I can, but I can't. It's kind of a gray area. And what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to change a few things up, and I may try an experiment. Put a different computer in a different setup in a different room for Patreon, where I do more of a better presentation of something information, so that it's worth watching instead of just sitting here blabbing. It's not that big a deal. Not that I don't mind blabbing and talking. You guys are great. But if I'm going to be doing this, the Lord's been talking to me or convicting me about the issues of doing things better. Of course, I'm working real hard in other areas trying to get things right and ready for the board meeting I'm going to be having in Texas here pretty soon. But I've been thinking about how to do this, and I need more money anyway. Not that it's a carnal thing to say. It's just wife's medical bills. It's pretty bad with her stuff, and so anyway, I've been thinking about that. But I thought what I might do is actually talk about Jehovah's Witnesses a little bit, and I had this idea of doing something called. First thought I had was 10 slides, where I'll present 10 slides of something, and on PowerPoint, and talk about them, just something that people can see. So I
yeah.
was thinking about doing something like that, and uh, I'm working on something with the Jehovah's Witness stuff for a seminar I'll be teaching, and I have to, refine and prep everything and things like that. But if you want, I can show it to you. If not, if it's just you and me here, we can just talk. Not a big deal. See how things are going. You ready any more of the novel?
Asked Marlene about it today. We've just been really busy. We had that time there over the 4th of July weekend that we were able to pour ourselves into to get through the couple chapters that we did.
Well, that tells me something because with the influence, people were really interested and they had trouble putting it down. This one, it's a different style, so people aren't all that interested as much. That tells me something. Maybe I need to go through it and make it a little bit more suspenseful in some areas at the beginning.
And
Uh,
I think we were just being too critical of it when we were going through with the edits and stuff. Maybe if we just read it and went through it and stuff,
no,
then
just to enjoy. You
yeah.
mean? Yeah, maybe. It's all right. It's all good. For me, I like to learn and check things out and see. Um, one guy, a friend of mine, was reading it. And he fell asleep, but of course, he does that a lot. He works all these hours all the time, and he said he was reading, and all of a sudden he woke up, and I'm laughing because yeah, he's up a lot, late hours, and doing all kinds of stuff. So anyway, just this is kind of curious, but no big deal.
I just been burning the candles at both ends, trying to find any
It's all right.
stuff. So.
I know how it is. Trust me, I know how it is. In fact, somebody is trying to do. I can show it to you if you want. Um, Different book covers,
Oh,
and this is one I like of all of them, the basic theme and stuff like that. Let me share the screen with you, and you can take a look. Okay.
all right.
All right. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Come on, get out of that. Come on, you slime ball. Come on. There we go. Come on. Ay. Computers. Do what I want. There we go. Okay. So let's try this. So, all right. You see that? It's called Times End. It should be apostrophe S, Times End. But the problem is with this one, there's not much contrast. There's a little cloud kind of thing
Yeah,
in this area,
yeah.
but you can't really see it that well. And then a spaceship, but it has thrusters behind it. I don't want thrusters. So that's one option. And let's see. We got all kind of stuff going on. But anyway, this is the other one I like. Um, I think the ship is totally cool, and the cloud is kind of different. And Times End, and I don't know. What do you think of that?
I like that. And I maybe with like, because it has to go the size of the book, just do black stripes or bars on the tops and bottom.
Yeah.
So it makes the whole page size.
Oh yeah. They would, you just adapt that to the page size. Not a big deal. But we got another woman who's editing it, and hopefully she'll be contacting me in a week or two about it because it's 68,000 words. There's a lot there, and then I have to go through it again and do another edit and stuff like that. But and then depending on what happens, I have to go out this Friday. I have to fly out to Texas, and hopefully we're gonna have a good board meeting, and hopefully it won't be a problem, and then I can get back in control of Carm. I'm not in control of Carm, and it's a real problem. It's a real problem, and
That's just amazing. Your own creation, and you're not in control of it.
oh
Hmm.
yeah. Well, I stepped out of the administrative area so that others could work on those areas and let me do what I need to do. And then it turned out that they started mishandling everything, and I went back in and they won't do it. And so, it's been a huge stress, humongous stress, particularly with my wife's health, with a potential move, with other things going on. It's been extremely difficult. So, at any rate, yeah. So, yeah, it's been really tough. At any rate, so it's just you and I in here right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Marlene's kind of waking up. She didn't get
that's
her
all
nap
right.
today.
I'm here. I just didn't want to talk too much and get the dogs riled up. How are you doing, Matt?
Doing all right. Just hanging in there. Trying to decide on a few things, make some decisions on a lot of stuff. I've been doing a lot of work arranging things on Carm and trying to get things organized. Talking about getting a new website built. Talking to various people, just doing research and various issues related to it. We got problems, and I'm trying to solve problems.
Right, right. Well, we'll be praying for your meeting on Friday that everything goes to.
Yeah, it'll be on Saturday, but yeah, I fly out Friday, and then we get up, we stay at a guy's house, and then we're gonna get up and go for it. So,
All right.
um, yeah. How you two doing?
Doing okay. Like Matt said, we've been burning the candle at both ends. We've worked a lot on mom's house this weekend and just, you know.
Yeah, it can be a problem.
Right,
Okay.
right. So yeah, life is life's been busy. It's not your book, it's us. I really want to finish reading it. I want to know what happens with the cloud. I don't think you finished the end of it, but if you don't want to, that's okay. But
Yeah, that's fine.
we
Yeah,
can-
I can say the rest of it. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. But yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I can make it even more suspenseful. The influence was very suspenseful from the beginning, and people liked it. This one's a little more subtle, but maybe I can, when I go through it again, I can amp it up a little bit and add a few things in. We'll see. I like doing that. I like working on. I like writing. As I guess is kind of obvious.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Well, you're good at it, that's for sure.
yeah,
Um,
I appreciate that.
I like
So
your
other than that, everything's good for you, huh?
or yeah, so far so good. Um, we're investigating possibly taking on a big project of lifting our house up off the ground. So,
Why?
um,
Because of flooding issues?
right, uh-huh. Yeah, the flood insurance is so expensive, so it might be
Cheaper to do that, huh?
yeah, cheaper to do that. And so I don't know. We're just kind of investigating it right now. So, and other than that, I did like your first illustration in your book first. That's my input on it
Yeah, it's no big deal.
with the black
I
page.
know.
No, I mean your book covers.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, I liked the first one. That was my input on that. I like.
Yeah, like the one. Yeah, it was a nice cover, and just gonna work with it a little bit. And the title has been a little bit confusing, or a little bit difficult to kind of nail down, but that's okay.
So, what are you planning on doing with the? Is there something in the oven? I made peach cobbler
I
today.
couldn't.
I'm smelling
I
it.
couldn't. Sorry, I can't understand you. Planning
I,
on doing something with what?
I said I made peach cobbler today. The peaches are in freezer,
Okay.
and I thought something was burning, but it's the peach cobbler I keep smelling.
Oh,
But
okay.
so what's your idea for doing for Patreon? You said you might show us.
Well, the idea is putting out some better stuff, some quality stuff, and I'm thinking about doing a series of videos and not doing too much talking. We're just having chat, but where I actually produce some videos and put a series up, and
Oh, okay.
and I have slides. I can just read through slides, comment through slides. It would take some editing work. It all depends on how much. Um, it just depends. It just depends on a few things. So I got to figure out how much work I need, because everything with me is very problematic. I got so much to do, so I have to figure out how to get things done, and it's quite difficult.
One
But
man.
one of the things we're doing is a couple of guys and I are working on analyzing the structure of CARM, strengths and weaknesses of the staff, and things like this. We're going to present on the Saturday meeting. I'm going to be presenting some information, PowerPoint slides, and an analysis of the structure within CARM,
Mm,
and it needs to be taken care of first before we're able to do other things. It needs to be taken care of so that in the long haul things work out properly,
sure.
and that's what I need to take care of. So I'll be working on that, and hopefully things will be better. We'll see. You know, yeah, we'll just see. But that's
Another
all I can do is
thing.
with that.
Another thing to do.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me. I'm always doing something, and I have way too much to do all the time, and that's what it is. So I force myself to go fishing and try and have a good time. You know,
All right.
I have to. So
Man, I want to go fishing. I need to go fishing. I just don't have time to go fishing.
really, I'm glad you like fishing.
Oh,
It can be relaxing.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it can be.
scallop season right now. We have an open scallop season for 10 days, and it's killing me watching all the pictures on Facebook of everybody out scalloping, and I'm stuck here.
Uh,
But
okay, well, too
anyway,
bad.
yeah, it's okay. This too shall pass someday.
Right,
Someday,
and you'll get to, yeah. So it's just us in here, huh?
I guess so. I don't know what happened to everybody else. That's a bummer.
Well, summers do get kind of a little bit busy in some other areas. The calls on the radio show go down, other things go down. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing something different. It'll take a week or two to prep it up and just to see and change how things are done, so that we get some more quality. Uh, and that's what we need. So, you know, we'll see. Oh, I should stop sharing my screen, huh? There we go. Whoops. There we go, right there. All right.
Mhm.
Man, oh man. Yeah, I've been working. Oh, there's more to do. Oof.
Put down the computer, Kevin.
Oh man.
I know it can be overwhelming sometimes. It's like, no, it's like my laundry pile. It's like, I don't see it.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. I don't see it. Don't worry about it. And the kitchen's a mess right now, and I got to take. I do all the cooking and the cleaning, most of it now, because my wife can't. So it's just I got to empty the dishwasher. I got to clean the counters, clean the wash dish. I just don't feel like it. So she doesn't
Really?
really say anything when I let it slide for a day, day and a half.
Right?
Were you drinking out of a mayonnaise jar today?
You're
Yeah,
you're blue goo there. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what we do. Drink out of mason jars, whatever you can like.
yeah. What's a big deal? And
Right?
it reminds me because it's a little heavy, but uh, it's big and stuff. And so my phone, I have. I have, this case on it, and it's got this thing here on it, and so it's a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier. And so my wife picks up my phone, and she goes, "It is heavy." So I pick up her phone, and I say, "Man, it is so light. There's nothing here." But any rate, so
That's
yeah,
good.
it's a good phone. Looks like we might have a storm coming in. I'm hoping. I love it. Isolated thunderstorms, 30%
All
chance,
right.
I think. Yeah, that's good for me. Well, I like weather. I like seeing stuff. I like weather, and I've always enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, you
You got
love living in Florida then, because during rainy season we have thunderstorms every day, and actually Tampa Bay is the lightning capital of the United States. So
really?
we'll have 6,000 strikes in an hour, and in fact, 8 people were hit on the beach yesterday.
Oh, I
Um,
heard about something like that. Yeah,
right. Yeah, if you hear thunder when you're down here, you need to get in because
really?
it is vicious. Yeah, yeah, it can strike you from 30 miles away. It'll be blue and you
Yeah,
can get hit by lightning down here.
yeah. My brother once, when he was in the Boy Scouts, was up in the mountains or really up high, and the sheet lightning they called it, and it just caused the whole cloud to light up. The cloud became electrified, and they were up in a cloud because of fog when you're in
Oh
it.
wow, yeah,
Uh, they all felt it. They're all tingled. Their hair went up, the whole bit. And the scout leader goes, "We're leaving." And he
yeah,
turned right around, and they went down the hill. They got out of there.
yeah, yeah. Well, I understand. And of course, it's almost hurricane. Well, it is hurricane season, so we're kind of always on guard. We just had a depression form and
Well,
go away. So,
don't you have to like board up your house and all that kind of stuff, or what?
We have
yes,
several times through the years. So we've been in this house. You've been here 23,
yeah, 23 years,
so
24
maybe
years.
about 4 or 5 times in the 23 years.
In
Wow.
2005, the whole summer we had like 6 storms right in a row, and we spent the whole summer boarded up. It was like living in a cave.
Wow.
But
Did it knock out the electricity?
No, it did with Hush Up Dog. It did with Irma 2 years ago. It chased about everybody out of the state of Florida. Get him, Matt. And I don't know who he's woofing at. But yeah, about all the state of Florida left. It took us like 15 hours to evacuate. It was we went to my brother's house in South Carolina. But yeah, the power was out. We spent like almost 3 weeks at his house because our power was out for 2 weeks. Somebody stole all of our gas out of our other vehicle here, and
Oh, brother.
there was no. Well, I didn't mind it. There was all the gas stations. They didn't. There wasn't anything in the grocery stores. There wasn't any. You know, the
All
problem
right.
is the guy across the street. He was our resident crackhead on the street. He stole the gas that was old gas for the lawnmower that was like 8 years old that Matt needed to take to the dump, and it burnt the fuel injectors out of his car, out of his truck.
That's
So
good.
when Matt went to go get the gas, he said somebody stole all our gas. I said it was somebody here on the street. Just wait. And it wasn't just about a week later. His truck was blowing smoke. I'm like, there you go. That's who stole the old gas. They stole our
Uh-huh.
chainsaw. They stole a bunch of stuff to get around after the storm. But
Yeah. Yeah,
hurricane
well,
is always
what's
interesting.
that?
I said hurricane season is always interesting.
That's the one thing I've never really been in is a hurricane. I've been in earthquakes, snowstorms, tornadoes, very close to a tornado.
Mhm.
Um, everything except a hurricane. Technically, I was in the tail end of a hurricane in New York once. Winds blowing 40-ish, 50-ish miles an hour, and that's about it. But not a hurricane. You
Mhm.
know, so I wouldn't mind experiencing one. Not a. Well, I'm curious.
Right.
Um,
They're
you know,
interesting. They're interesting when they come towards you. The wind blows one way, and then just as soon as the center passes, it blows the other way.
yeah,
And it's really is neat. But the really cool part is after it goes, the weather is just absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it pulls all the humidity. It's just the most wonderful after the hurricane. It's I guess you just got to be there. I can't really describe it, but
well, you're describing San Diego.
there you
You know,
go.
it's like that, like 300 days a year in San Diego. It's just basically comfortable all the time. Very low humidity, a slight breeze often. It does get hot sometime, but San Diego is just really nice.
We
So
honeymooned.
you did?
Yeah, that was our first stop on our honeymoon.
There you go. So you should remember then. It was probably pretty nice, depending what kind of time of the year you were there.
Uh,
October. It was October. It was.
Yeah, that's not bad. It starts to cool down a little bit, but yeah, that's not bad.
We were only there like one day. We went to the zoo and we went to Tijuana for the morning. Okay, guys, knock it off.
sorry.
And
All right.
we went to the mountain with a big cross on the top.
Um,
Like you're going back towards LA, and there's a big
Soledad.
cross on the top.
Yeah, I think it was Soledad. But yeah,
We stopped there, and then we did the LA thing for a day and drove around Hollywood and the tar pits and looked at
there
the
you
red
go.
plants at the art museum. And then we went to Yosemite. That was the best part for me.
It's a pretty area out there.
Oh my gosh. When we drove into the valley, it just like took my breath away, and I started crying because I was just like it was just screaming about God, and it was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah, it's amazing. And I haven't been there for 40 years probably, but I got to go. And I'm close enough where I could drive to it in a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they say if it blows, it's like the biggest caldera or whatever it is, the biggest Yellowstone's the biggest volcano area of something in the world. And yeah, if it goes to we're probably 500 miles away, 400 or 500 miles away, we would be buried in ash. Well, not we wouldn't because the wind is going east, so they would get it. But you know,
Wow.
they say if it goes, it's not going to be like 5 miles, 10 mile radius kind of an issue. That it's going to be like 200 miles. Uh, yeah, it's outside of the whole area. It's going to be huge.
Mount St. Helens.
Have you, well, I know you got so much to keep track of, but actually the ground, there's something brewing with the volcanoes right now up there in your area.
Uh-huh.
Okay, stop. The fire there. Yeah, the ground's on fire. Or,
Yeah, there's it's swelling too.
yeah.
I've heard it's swelling. Yep. Yep. Oh well, it's what it is. Oh, by the way, talking about stuff, I don't know. One thing led to another in my mind really quickly. I don't know if you guys know, but one of the brothers of my wife passed away a few days ago.
Aw.
Yeah, he has the same condition my wife does, and in fact, all of her brothers do. Two of them have now passed away. There's two more brothers left.
Oh.
And
Are they back in France?
what's that?
Are they in France?
Oh no, they're all local. They're in Southern California.
Okay.
Only Nick's brother, my wife's oldest brother, was born in France actually, but because their mom, whatever, was born and raised in France, so they're over there. But so they think what happened was that he died the night of or the day after he helped a lady push her car.
Oh.
And because he's a nice enough guy to do that, he helped her out, and we think that killed him. In that the extra pushing blood pressure caused an aneurysm, and they suspect that's what happened. So we'll probably go down to Southern California next month for a service. But anyway, that's that. And we don't think he was a believer.
Oh. Well, please give her our condolences. Yeah. I'm so glad you said she was out and about tonight. That was great.
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, she was able to, to do a little, but I'm trying to find efficient ways to describe her condition to people, so they get the idea. She can probably do 500 steps in a day, and that's about it. And stuff like that. Okay. And she's like an 85-year-old woman in her movements and her abilities and things like that. So that's how I've been describing her to people, and they're getting it. Okay. Yeah. It's what it is. It's what it is,
Man.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah, this getting old is not for wimps, I'll tell you.
That's what my mom says. It's not for sissies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's it.
One day at a time. That's my motto. And this too shall pass.
That's right. And it will.
It might hurt like the Dickens in the meantime.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's old. How old are you guys, if I can ask? You don't have to answer. I'm just curious.
I'll be 60 in October, and Matt'll be 51 in October.
Okay.
And
he's a young pup.
Right. And my mom, who we take care of, she'll be What year is this?
80.
She'll be 80. She'll be 79.
Okay.
So that's
Wow. Okay.
yeah. I'm not freaking out yet. I'm going to be 60.
Yeah, it's no big deal. No big deal. Yeah. I'll be 63 in December, getting up there. But whatever.
It's
Got
kind
a
of
lot to do.
yeah. You just kind of take all your decisions in the long term here, or the short term, I should say.
Get a shorter term. It's getting.
Yeah, shorter term. It's like, well, Lord willing, let's see if I'm still alive in 10 years or 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. That's what we got to do. We got to keep trying, though.
Right, right.
That's it. That's right. Well, I might as well get going here. Go to checking my wife and
Sure.
stuff.
It's good talking to you.
Yeah, I just like talking to you guys. If you're ever out here in Idaho, let me know. If I'm out there in Florida area, I'll
Yeah,
definitely stop by.
yeah. Stop by. We'll go fishing.
Oh yeah, now we're talking.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, Matt. Thank you. Have a very good evening.
Yeah.
You too. God bless.
God bless
God
you.
bless.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye bye.